And welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. If you have standing water on your property, be it a bird bath, pond, whatever, Southeast Termite and Pest Control could come in there, kill off the mosquito larva, prevent what happens is basically, I don't want to get into it, but they have something they drop in the water. It doesn't affect any other animal life, but it prevents the mosquito larva from being able to break the surface of the water, and they basically drown. So in other words, you don't have mosquitoes flying around your summer picnic, your summer outdoor backyard, patio, whatever you're doing. Southeast Termite and Pest Control, they got a lot of different options. The more treatments you buy, the cheaper the price gets, and the prices are good from the get-go. Southeast Termite and Pest Control, check them out, southeasttermite.com. That is who I use at my home. All right, from the sound of it, Jeremy Pruitt plans to oversee a completely wide-open competition at quarterback in fall camp, which starts in summer, so I always wonder why we call it fall camp. Keller Christ, the grad transfer from Stanford, is on campus and ready to go. Jarrett Garantano, he says he's up for the challenge after a spring where he was MVP of the spring game, but his coach really didn't play him up very much. So it sounds like it is going to be wide open. Now, normally you just say, may the best man win. But I ask you this. Christ, grad transfer, he's here for 1 year. Garantano, if things go well, he's got another year after this one. He's a junior. If you're a Tennessee fan, should you be pulling in this year one of the Pruitt era, which I think most people would say probably going to be the worst year of the Pruitt era? Usually the first year is, unless you're Butch Jones. Should you be pulling for the best man to win, or should you be saying, you know what, this isn't going to be a great year anyway? I hope Garantano wins the job so we can have a guy for 2 years and have some stability and not be doing this all over again next year. Where are you on that one? I'll start with Mike Strange down there.
Isn't Garantano going to be a sophomore? Wasn't he a redshirt freshman? So you'd have him.
He's got two more after this.
Or two more after
this. Yeah, two more after this year. Yeah. I think all things being equal, you want the best guy, but there's something to be said for having the continuity of a Garantano for 3 years. Assuming
two more after this one. Yeah.
Two more after this one. Yeah. So I think you should be. I don't know, I'm not rooting for him, but probably a best case scenario.
I would agree with Mike, and the other part of that is, too, I would want Garantano to beat out a guy at Stanford that got beat out by somebody else, and that's why he's a grad transfer leaving. So yeah. I think that to me as a fan would tell me that with Garantano, he is good enough to beat out this guy, and he's good enough to perhaps help you win the next couple of years. So I would say Garantano.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, because also I think if Garantano is able to win the job, that means in the coach's eyes that he was good enough to beat out the guy that they signed to come in and help and potentially start right away. Then there is the long-term benefit to go as well. So I think it would be a good sign on all accounts if Jarrett Garantano is able to win. Doesn't mean you can't win with Keller Christ, but it could ask questions still for the short term plus the long term at Tennessee.
I don't even think it's close. I think you want Garantano because you don't want to be right here next year having the exact same conversation all over again.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if I made that confusing to say. I'm good for one of those a week where I'll say something the wrong way and it sounds confusing. But you get more years with Garantano than you do Chris. Yes. The interesting thing that I hear is, well, Chris didn't come here to be a backup.
Neither did Malik Zaire.
Yeah, I mean,
Florida.
Shaq Wiggins.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who did come here to be a backup?
Yeah, I mean, but the idea that they're promised they're getting the #1 job is why they signed. That's not reality. So
yeah, I don't think Keller Christ is good enough to make that guarantee to him. He
well,
could
again,
end up being, but based on his results at this point, as Jimmy mentioned, he was beaten out at Stanford. He's leaving because he wasn't going to be the starter there.
Right, and if you look at the statistics, and those are just numbers, and that's a different offense. Mm-hmm. But his statistics are pretty close to Garantano. It's not like, oh, well, look what this guy did. Yeah, it's pretty lackluster, kind of like Garantano's was last year. Not a preseason All-American type number. All right, when we come back, and we do this every year, we're going to take a look at Tennessee's talent level based off kind of a stock market trend line. We'll look at the NFL draft, where Tennessee has been, and here's a hint. Talent has gone up. How the heck they lost last year? It's anybody's guess. We'll discuss all that. Come on back on the Sports Source.